there's a moment we've all hit. The AI technology is right in front of you. The tools are there and the potential is obvious. But something stalls. You open the prompt and then freeze. You dabble a little bit, you skim, copy, paste. You might tweak a few words and then you call it done. My friends, that is not AI fluency. That is AI fear dressed up as action. And the longer you sit at that intersection, the more likely your brand is going to die there. I'm Yvette Brown, co-founder of X Promos. I became an entrepreneur at 23 by starting a promotions agency with my then 29-year-old business partner, Sherry. Today, I'm going to go solo as Sherry enjoys a deeply deserved break. So today's episode, number 113, is about the two roads of AI and the silent stall point that's killing more brands than a bad strategy ever could. Last week, we just dropped a carousel that hit like a punch in the gut. Two roads. One is familiar, it's busy, it's superficial. The other is focused, it's uncomfortable, and it's game-changing. And I want to take you behind the scenes, not just of that asset, but of the emotional physics we're pulling every time we build something like this. This episode is for the ones who know that they've been dabbling in AI and are finally ready to choose fluency. So here's what that carousel did. We showed two roads. The first was flooded with tools, tutorials, and distractions, shiny objects that encourage shallow dabbling. The second road is clear, focused, but terrifying in its simplicity. It represents human behavior because what we've seen in the marketplace is this. Most founders, creators, and marketers, they aren't failing because they don't know what AI can do. They're failing to get pilots to scale because they won't commit. They won't take the time to understand what an LLM is, what it's capable of, what sort of guardrails you have to put around it, and how to really optimize and maximize its capabilities. They're not familiar with how to get it to work for them. Basically, they want fluency without friction. They want mastery without a mess. They want the power without recognizing that you have to suck at it a little bit before you build up the muscle to make it work. And that's the lie that first road sells you. It's the easy button. It's the dabbling road. And it's not going to get you where you need to go. We actually named it. And that villain is not overwhelm like you think it might be, but it's dabbling disguised as diligence. See, the half-finished, those of you who are sitting on those half-finished trainings, the play around in ChatGPT, the, of course, bookmarking of tools you'll never use, and that endless testing, it makes you feel really productive, but it never produces power. Because here's the thing, you're not dabbling to experiment, you're dabbling to delay. And the longer you delay, the more likely you are to get left behind. And see, AI fluency is not about knowing 19 tools. It's about knowing one tool deep enough that you can bend it to your will. And really, fluency is about knowing a skill set well enough that you can go to any AI model and apply it. And you also have the resilience to know that when GPT-5 comes out, you don't need to learn a whole new system because you've already learned kind of the basics of an LLM, and you know how to approach this one and integrate it into the work and workflows you've already done. That's what fluency is about. It's about that moment when you stop asking, what prompt should I use? And you start asking, what message needs to land with my best prospect? And how can I get this machine to help me say it sharper? And where should I say it? And what else do I need to say? You get into the weeds with AI models once you know what they're capable of and you can apply your own expertise. Because see, fluency is built in reps. It's built in real use. It's in mistakes that you're not afraid to make publicly, at least even within your organization. If you want to be seen as a category leader in the near future, then you had better be the one to get AI fluent before the rest of your industry even finishes up dabbling with that new free trial, or arguing about whether GPT 5.0 is an upgrade or downgrade from where we last were. Because see, when we built that carousel, we didn't really build it to convert. We built it to corner. We wanted to name that fork in the road where every founder, every strategist, every expert is standing right now, right? And the question becomes, do you keep hiding behind research? Or do you finally decide, I'm going all in, I'm going to figure this thing out, right? The final frame in that didn't pitch, it polled. It said, you're not confused, you're just scared. So the reality is, which road are you going to be choosing? Because look, if you're here listening to this, isn't your gut tightening just a little? That's kind of the point, right? Because the dabbling, because of the delay, it's not neutral, right? We think that while we're waiting to decide, that's going to be a good choice. Oftentimes in business, waiting a little bit is a good choice. When it comes to AI and AI fluency, it's like the worst choice, because every week you wait, you fall further behind, and you risk the potential for your competition getting even sharper. So this is really your moment. Pick your model. It doesn't even really matter that much. Pick a use case and go deep with it. Learn what it means to be AI fluent. Burn that first road behind you. And we're really here to help you accelerate that process. We guide leaders and creators to AI fluency so they can amplify their edge on their own terms. With us, they get certified in 8 hours. Now, granted, if you did those 8 hours in one day, your mind might explode. That's why we break it up into 8 one-hour sessions, and we include assignments for you each week to make sure that you understand what we've just covered. But you can find out more about all of that at xpromos.com/AI. And I just want to leave you with this. AI fluency is going to be the most important skill that a knowledge worker can acquire over the next decade. It is the thing that is already clear in many studies that have been shown is what's causing pilots to fail to scale inside organizations. It's because they really haven't taken the time to skill up their workers to understand what they need to know about working with an AI, everything from how to prompt to what it's capable of, how to check for bias, how to iterate, and how to make sure whether you're using it for prompting or building workflows that it's working, what you need to check on before you build a pilot and let it run. So that's everything that we cover. That's kind of the top line of what we cover in our training, which also covers how to integrate your own role into the deliverables that you're focused on. So really, it's about making you super skilled and how to use AI to tap into the work that you're doing every single day, and also see how that's going to evolve over time. That's kind of everything that's packed into it. Would love to show you guys more. Check it out at xpromos.com/AI. We always appreciate you being here, and we look forward to seeing you next week.